Hey, hey guys, Brian and Cody here today, and we're mushroom hunting. So we found the mushrooms. Took us like 3 seconds, and there's 2. Here's one. Here's one.
Yeah, there's one there.
There's 2 more.
There's 1, 2.
There's 1.
3, 4. There's one, son.
Here.
There's one underneath that. Ooh, you can have a mushroom dinner tonight, boo.
So these are morels.
No, you got to pick it at the bottom. Pick it at the bottom.
There's only a couple weeks that you can find these, and this weekend was supposed to be prime time. So this is my weekend off work. So this is what we're doing. I am gonna try to dry them. I haven't done this yet, so I'm gonna bring you guys along for that. Since they can only be found a couple weeks in the springtime, I'd like to be able to preserve them so we can keep them, you know, be able to use them later on this year. So the thing about morels is that you will find them in the woods. So I'm really not that great at finding them. My husband, I don't know, I just for some reason can't train my eyes to see them. So my husband's really good at finding them. So I rely on him a lot to find them. But you'll usually find them around cedar trees or elm trees. So we're just gonna keep looking, and I'll bring you guys back whenever we find, hopefully whenever we find another really good spot. So just a note about safety. If you don't know what you're looking for, then you probably shouldn't look for it unless you have someone that knows. My husband's been doing this long enough that he knows what we're looking for, and he kind of knows where to find them. There is a look-alike to the morel that is extremely poisonous. So mushrooms in particularly, you don't want to mess around with. So just a quick note about safety real quick. So we're back from mushroom hunting. We didn't find as many as I thought we were gonna find, so we're gonna go back out tomorrow and hopefully find the mother lode. But I just walked out here to the garden, kind of update you all on what's going on out here. I did work out here for 2 hours yesterday, just getting all the weeds that I could pulled up. There really isn't a lot of weeds themselves. What we have the problem with is the wild onions, and I've got most of them. And like this right here, this isn't, I don't even really mind about this. It's the ones that are in the clusters of hundreds that I hate. I'm going to turn you around so I can show you what all I did. I'm getting excited, guys. Spring is here and things are blooming, and it's just really exciting stuff. So I'm going to turn you around and kind of show you what I've got going on. So as you can see, this area right here, this is the newest area that we had added on, and that is where we have the most weeds. I'll walk over here so you can see. I probably could just, these ones right here, I've kind of hesitated pulling all of these because this is food for the bees. So I'm kind of holding off on pulling all of those, which, I will eventually, but it's just not a big deal right now because we're not planting. But do you see all these wild onions? It's frustrating. But as you can see, our compost pile over here, this is all I probably did 2 wheelbarrows of just those wild onions, and I've got 2 partially full from that. So this one over here is just a bunch of junk. We really need to clean it out, but we just haven't had a chance. So our greenhouse, that still doesn't have a roof. But yeah, this over here, I know I've showed you guys this before, but I know it looks like grass. This is not grass, guys. These are those wild onions, and the only thing that I've been able to do is just use a pitchfork. And matter of fact, let me show you what happened to the pitchfork. Oh, this thing, we've had this thing for years, and it finally had its worst day. So I had to go get a new pitchfork, which luckily I found a yard sale and I picked one up for $2. So can't beat that. But look at this, guys. This is nice. This is so pretty. I really, you know, this is what makes me love gardening right here, is the wood chips and the back to Eden style gardening. I know I've mentioned this in previous videos, but this was our first year doing the back to Eden garden style, and these all came from a local, like wood, what is it called? Like a tree service. And we had shoveled these truckload by truckload, and we probably put down probably close to 20 truckloads. But I really kind of like the hay better. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the wood chips, but it's not something we have to spend the gas to go drive there. We have to, I mean, it's just backbreaking labor versus the hay that is grown on our property. So it's all organic hay, and we really haven't had a problem with the weed seeds. I know some of you all are so afraid of the weed seeds and the hay, but look right here. Yeah, there's a couple, there's a couple bunches of weeds, but the majority of it is fine. I mean, there's nothing, it's done an excellent job, more than excellent. And then I did mow down this line. So this is the living fence, and then that line right there is the fencing for the cows. So I wanted to, this is about a, maybe like a 5-6 foot, probably 6 or 7 foot gap between this fence and then that fence. And then I wanted to do, I do want to put wood chips all along the blackberries, because they are like a permanent thing. It's not like, we're going to grow lettuce in the same spot. So like the blackberries are a permanent thing. And I don't know, I'll show you. We've got blooms about to bloom all over. So I'm really excited about that. I think we're going to have a really good year of blackberries. And then over here, I've still got to move these tubs. They're dead. They were my blueberries, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of container gardening. We had tried to do tomatoes last year and totally failed. And I really think it's because they didn't have enough nutrients in that soil. So I'm kind of over container gardening for those types of things. I mean, they did excellent for our spinach and kale. I can't complain, but for that, I'm just not a fan. So I did clear out all of this. There were sporadic weeds and wild onions all throughout here, and it's looking really good. Update on the garlic. It's doing awesome. It's like almost, I mean, it's above my knee. It's tall, so I'm getting excited. And I know you're not supposed to dig around it, but I can't help it. This was our first year growing garlic, and I'm just too excited. So, anyways, you can kind of see down in there, but I'm not going to dig it up all the way. I can't help but take a peek. And then this was the bed that I had done the last video, or one of the last videos on covering in this. Yeah, this was hay. And look at our strawberries, guys. We've got blooms on them. They're just everywhere. So blooms there. We've got blooms under here. you know, blooms over here. So a random dandelion, but this is going to be awesome. I wish I would have gotten strawberries earlier, and then we would have made this whole thing a strawberry bed. But, you know, life happens, and I didn't get around to it, so that's my fault. But we've still got a lot to do out here. I'm taking these cattle panels down. These will be used for the tomatoes. I need to get all this. This was the remainder of the bean plants from last year, so this is all like the stalks. And then underneath here, I'm afraid there might be a snake under here. But this was the okra. Those things are like trees, you guys. I guess I've just never really paid attention to the okra, and they grow into trees. So just keep that in mind when planting okra, and learn from me. Don't plant it under, I don't know. I'll try to insert a picture of our garden from last summer. We had grown okra underneath that, which also had our beans on top, and it was a jungle, so it was horrible. So yeah, that's kind of what we've got going on. I didn't really plan on doing a garden update. I was hoping we were going to get more mushrooms, but we didn't. So we'll go back out tomorrow, and I think we're going to go fishing tomorrow too. We've been spending a lot of time fishing, and it's been really nice. It's 80 degrees today, you guys. So it's just, and I got so burnt. I mowed the yard yesterday, and I got toasted. So anyways, I just wanted to give you a quick video on, I really wanted to do more in the woods of the mushrooms, but we just didn't find as many as what we thought we were going to. So maybe tomorrow I can do, I don't know, short videos on Instagram whenever we go out and do that. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off here. We've got to finish up the evening chores, and then we're going inside and relaxing. So it's been a long day. My husband had a tournament today, and then I went to a sale this morning hoping to find some cattle panels, but they didn't end up having any. So I picked up some canning jars for really cheap, and I just can't pass up canning jars. So anyways, I've said this like 3 times, but I'm gonna hop off here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.